To begin, I will discuss some strengths I have. Like with most evaluations, whether it's at clinical site or with the SP patients at the hospital, I have good bedside manner. Specifically with this guy, he obviously had some real life problems as opposed to or in addition to the SP patient problems, and I took that into account. As with most things we did, I was gentle, asked for his opinion, make sure I wasn't hurting him, because you're not always going to have high school athletes who are in shape. You might have some elderly population or possibly some younger kids who are fidgety. You just have to be on the fly about your decisions and take that into account. Some other strengths I had was the history questions. We had a good conversation that elicited a lot of answers that helped me with my the rest of my evaluation, as well as any of the times I was befuddled or had little mistakes, I didn't let it get to the best of me, and I adapted. Some of the weaknesses I had was I ran out of time, basically, which is good in the long run because maybe not necessarily for this grade. It helped me learn to be on the fly rather than, because I tend to go overboard, do a plethora of special tests. With this one and running out of time, I had to be succinct and use the ones I needed to get the results I needed then and there. Which is good for the long run and helped me be a better clinician in the result, because that's what the whole idea is overall. My range of motion, manual muscle test, I did them, but they could have been better. Again, I was just trying to make sure he was comfortable, and that time overrided and outweighed what I needed to do and what I needed to receive, which I'll learn from that. And some other things, the patient knew me from a pathophysiology SP assessment, so he was a little bit comfortable with me and sometimes got off topic, which is good. I wanted to make the patient feel at home, but there's a fine line between the two. As well as a previous student left his sheet and his notes in there, and I thought that was left in there for me to know and the results, as well as special test findings and stuff like that, and that kind of confused me at times, and what I found was different than what the paper found, and I got a little befuddled, and I explained this to you that day, and hopefully you still remember that conversation. But I adapted from that and used my own findings for the most part instead, and overall I had some good points and some down points, as most people have, and I'm sure other people had problems with the patients, because it doesn't go by the book ever. Sometimes things don't go by the book, and you just have to be adaptive. And not only that, I had the idea to make sure he was getting back to his job and doing what he loved, because overall that's the best thing. That's the most important goal. Maybe not necessarily getting them fully healed, maybe getting them back to the point where they can go back and do what they love. Thank you.